Hey everyone, Callista here with Avalili Permaculture and the Earth Skills Institute. Today I wanted to do a quick little video on growing microgreens or sprouts. These are things that you can grow inside your home with relatively little space, and you don't really need any extra light other than maybe a windowsill, and you don't need a ton of resources to do this. So even if you're stuck kind of inside an apartment complex or something like that, you can still kind of grow your own food, or some of your own food. So with microgreens and sprouts, there are two kind of really distinct differences. With microgreens, they need to be grown in a little bit of soil, whereas sprouts don't. Microgreens, you'll grow those until they have their first set of true leaves, and then with sprouts, you just grow them until they kind of germinate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys a quick little way that I do this. I do this in growing trays, so that this is a nice little growing tray here, your typical one that you would get at any hardware store. But you can also grow microgreens in things like empty salad containers. These work really good for that, or any other little tray that will hold a little bit of soil. So with this tray here, I don't have a ton of soil in there. You can see there's the bottom there. You don't need a ton of soil. You just need enough for these guys to kind of root in. So this is the tray that I'm going to use for this, but again, you can definitely make yourself comfortable with any container that will hold water. So what I'm going to do here is I've got some sprouting seeds. These ones here are Mom's sprouting seeds, but you can use any seeds. You can even use seed packets from the hardware store, from wherever growing center you have, that are not specifically for sprouting. You can use any of the seeds. This one here has a blend of clover, alfalfa, radish, and mustard. You can use broccoli, cabbage, like anything you want for microgreens, really. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to sprinkle a few of these into my tray. Now I've heard from others who have done this just using those regular little small seed packages that you get from like the hardware store, that one of those seed packages is about the right amount of density to grow for microgreens in one of these trays here. So you can adjust them however you like when you're growing in different sized containers. With microgreens, they do need a little bit of sunshine when they pop up, so it's probably best to put them near a window. With the sprouts, they don't necessarily need any light at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a little bit of soil, I'm just going to sprinkle it on top till my seeds are kind of covered up. And they don't need a ton of soil, as I mentioned. Okay, so that looks like it's about right. There are a couple millimeters underneath there. That's perfect. And then I'm going to water that, and I'm going to stick it in a nice cozy spot. And most sprouts for microgreens will pop up, and be ready to harvest in a couple of weeks. With sprouts, it can be even faster. It can be like 3 to 7 days. And so if you're growing them inside, you can start a tray 1 week, and then start another tray another week, and then start another tray another week, so that you have like a consistent supply coming in. As you use them up, there's more that are ready to be used. Now with the sprouts you can also do in a salad container like this, or you can do it in a mason jar, or any kind of jar or container that will hold water. Now sprouts don't require soil, but they do require to be rinsed and kept kind of moist. And you'll have to rinse them 1 or 2 times a day. And the reason why you do need to rinse your sprouts is because they're just kind of in a moist, warm environment. They could very easily start growing bacteria in there as well. So what you would do is you would sprinkle your seeds into the bottom of a container, and then you would get them wet, soak them for a little bit, and then you have to strain them out. So if you can get a jar, you can actually get sprouting lids that have a little mesh on the top, so that you can easily rinse them and dump out the water without dumping out all of your seeds. So you'll have to come up with a way to rinse them and be able to take the water out, but without getting rid of all of your seeds in the container as well. So think about that. Now the other big difference between sprouts and microgreens is the level of nutrition. Now, there's been plenty of studies that show that microgreens at that stage of growth, where they have their first set of little leaves there, their dicot leaves, have the most nutrition out of any other life stage of the plant. So if you're going for nutrition, for sure, microgreens are the way to go. I hope this helps you guys, and I hope that you find a little bit of security in being able to grow a tiny bit of your own food with this. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, comment if there's any other videos you'd like me to do, any topics you want me to discuss, and any feedback is much appreciated. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram, and again, that's Ava Lily Permaculture and the Earth Skills Institute. Stay well.